Hi, Fatals. How's it going? My name is Ruby Hart, and I am here with Corvame. How's it going?
Good. How are you? Are you ready for a segment that I've been really looking forward to all week?
Yeah, we just finished Pokemon Scarlet Violet, so because we have a bunch of little guy friends, we got to talk about some heckin' guys.
It's time for the little guy review. First little guy, Snorunt.
This is a Snorunt amigurumi sent to us by Blue Soda Pop, who has sent in so many cute amigurumis this week.
I'm amazed by all of them. There's so many amigurumis that Blue Soda Pop has sent in. They're all amazing. We're going to show you a whole bunch of them here. We're starting with Snorunt here because Snorunt is a little special for an amigurumi because he's two amigurumis in one.
He's a little guy with a little jacket. And by the way, this one is a $10 minimum donation, but you don't just get Snorunt. You get Snorunt and his little heck jacket.
The fun thing about the jacket, and I do want to, before I go into this, mention that you only get Snorunt's jacket if you get Snorunt, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But if you do donate $10, you will be entered to win every single amigurumi we're about to show you right now. And if you happen to win both, you can put the jacket on other guys.
Like this next little guy, this is Makahida. Again, another Blue Soda Pop. All of these are Blue Soda Pop, $10 minimum donation for each of them. So if you donate $10, you're entered to potentially win one of these amazing prizes. And for this one, it just looks like he's wearing a little shawl on his head.
He looks so comfy.
He looks so heckin' comfy. Listen, I can't help but talk to Pokemon like they're adorable little dogs.
Yeah.
They're so cute. I just want to pinch their cheeks. Anyway, yes.
Let's go to our third little guy, Trumpet. That's why they say Trumpet in Pokemon Typing Adventure, and I can't stop now. The thing I like about Trumpet here is that Trumpet he's a pointy head, and so does Snorunt, so it kind of sits on perfectly, and he's like perfectly surrounded. He's kind of got a Swadloon thing going on here, and as a Swadloon lover, I think that it really blends, really matches together. There's a synergy here.
Yeah, and he can be all cozy and heckin' cute while he stares into the depths of your soul. Again, $10 minimum donation for this one.
Now, the fourth amigurumi we're going to show you, all sent in by Blue Soda Pop, is Pyukumuku. I'm not going to pitch the Pyukumuku on stream because I will get in trouble, but I do have a question for all of you, chat, and that is, if a Pyukumuku wore Snorunt's cloak, would it wear it like this? Thus not covering its head. This is a bad option. Don't pick this one.
The jeans meme with the Pyukumuku.
Or would it wear it like this?
Okay, actually, if I can put in some input here, I feel like this. So hear me out. You know how it's very fun to wear those like long beanies on the back of your head, and they're super cozy, especially in winter. It looks like Pyukumuku is wearing one of those really cozy beanies, but it's so big that it just takes over their entire heckin' body, and that's so adorable. I love that so much. They'd be so cozy in winter.
I agree. And if you send in that $10 donation and you win both Pyukumuku and Snorunt, then when you watch Frost Fatals, they can be all comfy. And then when you watch Flame Fatals next year,
then you take it off for the summer, so they can be nice and cool for the
seasonal
summer.
Pyukumukus.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Now, that's not the only Pokemon prize we have. We have so many different Pokemon prizes that have been sent in by our wonderful community. For example, Psyduck on Wheels.
This one is sent to us by Min Turn Makers for a $15 minimum donation. So if you take a look at it, it's basically a little Psyduck on wheels. And if you put it down, it's hilarious because you can watch the feet just kind of roll along with him. It's so adorable. And I love any time that I see Psyduck just in his panic pose. So this perfectly encapsulates that. Again, this is a $15 minimum donation.
Psyduck's kind of just like, why are you doing this to me? I read somewhere online once that Psyduck is the most realistic Pokemon because, like, you can't make a lizard breathe fire, but you can give a duck a migraine.
You can absolutely make them panic. I've lived on a farm. I have seen it to be true. And we have even more art. I feel like this is just ultimate Pokemon segment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we just saw that amazing run by Travaria, so we want to talk about all the amazing prizes that go along with it.
Yes.
For example, speaking of Scarlet and Violet,
Yep. So we have this amazing art of the starters, not only their first forms, but their final forms from Scarlet and Violet. This is sent to us by Prince of Spirits, and this is a $10 minimum donation. I love, I used to collect Pokemon cards all the time when I was growing up, and I love that this has almost a Pokemon holographic sheen to it.
It is very shiny.
Yeah. So if I just work that around, you can see just the glow. Also, this Pokemon on the left, I haven't played Scarlet Violet admission. Thank you, Quaquaval. So I haven't played it yet, but I feel like this one can just vogue like crazy and match James's energy.
Quaquaval's like, oh, me? Oh, you mean me?
Excuse me. I think you were speaking of Quaquaval. Yes. Like
all of their poses just absolutely fantastic. Prince of Spirits did a great job making all these Pokemon feel so emotive and alive. $10 minimum donation, and this could be hanging up on your wall at home. And speaking of things that could be hanging up on your wall, we got a whole family of prizes for you. Specifically, I got to be really careful with this one. The Smoliv family. Look at this.
This one is beautiful.
You got Smoliv, you got Dolliv, you got Arbolivia, the whole tree right here. They're a happy little family. Look at those small little guys. They're so worried. Look at how happy Dolliv is and their teenage energy. And then Arbolivia, keep taking them all in under its branch, not a wing, it's a branch.
Yeah, I would say leaves and branches. And I love the fact that not only is the line art in the piece so beautiful, and like you were saying with the other piece, it's so emotive and brings life to the Pokemon. But on top of that, the extra detailing of the like moss and leaves to just really take the frame and make it another part of the character of the piece just makes it absolutely stand out. This would be such a great piece.
It's such a stunning piece. $25 minimum donation to get this painting done by Art by Secretary into your house. Thank you so much for sending it in. That is the last Pokemon prize that we have in the studio with us right now, but we do have one more Pokemon prize, and that is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet OLED Switch Bundle. That's the set that came out with Koraidon and Miraidon when Scarlet and Violet came out. Is an absolutely gorgeous Switch set. I wanted it really bad, but I really couldn't justify buying myself another Switch. Despite even being a Switch game speedrunner, I was like, I have enough Switches, that's fine. But if I had the ability to win one for $25 minimum donation,
it's a steal of a lifetime.
Exactly.
And I know we've talked about this before. We're both huge fans of like specialized consoles. So I typically collect like the Legend of Zelda Switch controllers. I have a Legend of Zelda 3DS, and we do have another piece like that as well. Oh, wait, before that, really quick, I just want to shout out that the Pokemon Scarlet Violet OLED Switch was actually sent to us by Sense Mom. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much, Sense Mom. That is incredibly sweet of you. Again, this is a gorgeous console. And speaking of gorgeous specialized pieces.
I'm so excited about this one.
So if you are an NES fan, we have a Flame Fatale's Faith controller. This is specifically the Have Faith custom NES controller. So this is refurbished with a shell and art made by LLK. So all of the controller buttons are fully functional, have been refurbished, so it works like a dream. And you can plug it into the actual NES console itself, or if you have a converter, you can use a USB cord. This is a gorgeous piece, and this is only a $25 minimum donation. Art by LLK, and then the rest made by Tozzle. So thank you so much for that.
And one thing, if this is the thing, I know this matters to a lot of people, the connector and the PCB inside of it, that is original hardware inside of this controller.
That's the so buttons cool.
The buttons are refurbished, but all the equipment inside, the actual electronics, that is all original. I have that on good. I have it on good word from GDQ's director of sweepstakes and logistics. That all the buttons feel really good. Just snappy buttons, feel like you expect them to. An absolutely amazing controller, one of a kind piece. You don't want to miss the chance to win this. $25 minimum donation. Make sure you get those in by the end of the day.
Yeah, especially if you're speedrunning and another Fatales event. How amazing and iconic would it be to have this with you? And speaking of faith pieces, we've got one more that really encapsulates this this actual event itself.
We actually have 5 more in a way.
Oh, that's right. So we have 5 copies of this beautiful art made by LLK. This is the Flame Fatale's adventure print. So since we had the pre-show and so many runs in the event that were based on adventures, games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Indiana Jones, Titan Souls, and so many more, you have this gorgeous piece of Faith swinging over lava and going on an adventure herself. So again, there are 5 copies of this. The art made by LLK and the frames provided by our wonderful Richard in studio. And each of these is a $5 minimum donation. So if you get that in, you could be one of 5 people to win this amazing prize.
And that's not the last prize that we have to show off to you today, because we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about our grand prize.
Yes, absolutely.
If you get in $125 before the end of the event, which again, this is the last day, so time's running out. But if you've been donating all week and you're like, oh, maybe I'm like 75, I'm at 100. If you just get to that 125, you'll be entered to win our grand prize, the Nintendo Switch and PS5 bundle. You'll get both of these amazing consoles. You'll get a ton of games. We've been talking about how you get games in a marathon. You get Final Fantasy 16. That one just came out. Play so many different games. All you got to do, get $125 in.
Yeah, I was going to say, as a speedrunner of Nintendo games, as a speedrunner of PS5 games, we can highly recommend these consoles. And the fact that over the course of the week, cumulatively, if you've been donating towards prizes, towards incentives, or just to support the Malala Fund, all of these things, it basically is $125. You're getting both consoles and all these games for half the cost of one.
Yeah,
it's absolutely wild to me.
There's absolutely not going to be a better chance for you to get such an amazing library of games for you to play. It'll last you so long. You'll have so many games to play. You'll just be like, I don't know which game to start with. So if you want to have that problem, make sure you go to gamesdonequick.com. You get in those donations. While you're there, you can check out all the prizes we have available, and you can donate to all of our incentives. Now, we are trying to reach the bonus game, which is A Hat in Time, run by FM Optimist, who's actually a good friend of mine. As a former hat runner who is now super washed on it, please, we want to see that so bad. FMO is one of the best hat runners of all time, absolutely unreal good at this game. There's even an incentive that'll be opened when we reach that game to get even more hat in time. So we got to be quick about it, because we need to reach that bonus game so that we could also see all the time riffs. Now,
yeah, and we are 88% of the way there. If you're not familiar with the game, it's so charming, the art style. It reminds me of like if you took Banjo-Kazooie level of charm, but brought it to the modern day. It's such a beautiful game.
Yeah, it's like a collectathon in the style of a Banjo-Kazooie or a DK64, but it's also got like the Mario 64 and the Super Mario Sunshine aspects to it with the hub world and going in the levels and solving problems for people. Wonderful game. We want to see that run. It's so fast with such amazing tricks. We also have that Dunk the Robot bid war available if you want to dunk the robot. If you don't want to dunk the robot, I believe dunking the robot is in the lead, but we want to see just how badly you all want to dunk. Show us how much you care about dunking.
And that is that is an incentive specifically for Haiku the Robot, which is coming up really quick here. But stay around for the rest of the event. We have so many incredible runs coming up through the rest of the day, and we'll see you there.
Sunlight warms the trees. My name is Sweet Peebs. And this is a haiku. And this is Flame Fatale's 2023 raising money for Malala Fund. You might have noticed a haiku. And that's right, the next game is going to be Haiku the Robot, run by Quacksilver, all bosses and skills, obscure information. But before we can get over there, stretch as you are able, get some snackies, but stick around for more Flame Fatales after this break. Those of you sticking around, I just want to let you know that we are only a little over $10,000 away from getting that milestone A Hat in Time unlock. So please, we need $93,000, and we are only $10,000 away from that. We are also looking for the Resident Evil Village Ethan VTuber cosplay. Big Scared will switch their little VTuber to cosplay as Ethan, our favorite dad in a horror video game. We need $3,500 for that. We're only about $2,600 away, and I know we can hit that. Did you know that bits and subs to the Games Done Quick Twitch channel goes directly to programming for Games Done Quick? Have you ever watched Games Done Quick and seen hotfix shows like Random Number Generation or Express Lane? Maybe Out of Bounds, and you say, hey, I personally love this content. I'd love to see more of it. Well, guess what? Your bits and your subs to the channel will go towards that. Everyone in chat, please comment with your favorite Games Done Quick hotfix show. I would love to hear about it. Or add it to a donation. Because remember, all donations go towards Malala Fund. Now, chat, I am looking at these prizes, all these beautiful, beautiful prizes. I personally would really, really like to win the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet OLED Switch donated by Sen's mom. Only $25 minimum donation. So get those donations in, you might win a prize. And even if you don't win a prize, the money goes towards Malala Fund. And without further ado, I know this is the time you've all been waiting for. It is time for Haiku the Robot, this month's Frame Fatales Game of the Month. All bosses and skills obscure information by Quacksilver.